Next, I'm going to demonstrate an app from a challenger UK bank. It is a high street bank, but it is Metro Bank. I'm Ed Green, and I'm back with another demo of a UK banking app, this time Metro Bank. Metro Bank's one of our newer banks. It's not an online-only bank. It is a bricks and mortar bank, but it only has 30 or so branches, predominantly in the southeast of England. This is my default bank, my primary bank. I like it because they're open 7 days a week, and they're open quite late as well, or at least they used to be pre-COVID. Weekdays they were open 8 till 8, and they're only closed on Christmas Day, New Year's Day, and Easter Sunday, so it's a bank that it's actually convenient to visit. You can also get cards printed in store when you open an account, and if you're unfortunate enough to lose a card. If your card's about to expire, you can also go and get it printed same day without having to wait for it to arrive through the post. So quite a convenient bank. I'm going to open up the Metro Bank app.
System UI. Tap to cancel authentication button. Double tap to activate.
As with the NatWest app, I can log in with my fingerprint.
Authenticated. Please wait. Metro Bank. Unlabeled button. Double tap to activate. Labels available. Use swipe up then right to view.
And we're on the main screen of the app now, the home screen. This has the various accounts listed with a couple of buttons to manage the account activity. Now, these buttons vary depending on the sort of account it is. If it's a current account, if it's a child's account, we have one of those in there, and if it's a credit card. Along the bottom of the app, we have
transaction approvals out of list. Double tap to activate.
Transaction approvals. Now, this is worth talking about because in the UK, protections have recently been introduced when online payments are being made to clamp down on fraud, and your card issuer will often require you to approve a transaction. Now, they might do this by sending you a text message with a verification code that you need to enter into your browser. Or they might do it through an in-app notification. And if you miss it, transaction approvals will be where you go to approve the transaction you want to make.
Home. Double tap to activate.
Home is where we are at the minute, the account list, as I said.
Pay and transfer. Double tap to Insights. Double tap to activate.
Pay and transfer is pretty self-explanatory.
Insights. Double tap to activate.
Insights will tell you about your spending patterns, the percentage of spend you spent on groceries, whether spend with a particular retailer or a regular payment is higher than normal. So interesting place to go and have a look. And you can rate each of the insights you receive as to how helpful it was on a scale of 1 to 5.
Products and services. Double tap to activate.
There you go if you want a loan or a mortgage. And that's that. So I'm going to take a quick look at the account screen without giving away too much sensitive information so you can see what we have.
Manage card. Double tap to activate. Regular payments. Share account details button. Double tap to activate.
So those are the three options associated with my current account. Share account details is interesting. If you want to send your bank details exactly as they should be entered, perhaps to someone who owes you a payment, you can go in here and copy those details exactly as Metro Bank would have you enter them. And you can share it via an app. Obviously, don't do this unless you need to actually get a payment from someone. I think it's really handy rather than trying to remember what your name is exactly as it appears in your account and all that jazz. Having that there is useful.
Pay in.
So the second account I have is a child account, and the only option I have here is to pay into it, which makes sense. There's no card attached to it.
Manage card. Make a payment. Transaction approvals out of list. Make a payment in list. Double tap to activate.
And finally, with my credit card, I can make a payment. If I go into my account screen to my current account.
January. Transaction list. Double tap to activate. Double tap and hold to long press.
I will have a list of transactions. It's not like the NatWest app where you have a series of options. We're straight into our transactions. We do have an account actions menu in the bottom right-hand corner, which I will just double-click on.
Account actions menu button out of list. Account actions. Close button. Make a transfer in list. Double tap to activate.
That close button closes your actions menu, not your account, by the way, for the avoidance of doubt. So we've got the transfer.
Make a payment. Make an international payment. Manage payments. Search transactions. View account details. Temporarily block card. Cancel lost/stolen card.
So all sorts of useful things in here pertaining to card management. We can make an international payment. We can make a payment. That's what we did on the NatWest app. We'll go back and do that. We'll send NatWest its money back.
Make a payment. Metro Bank. Navigate up. Button out of list. Double tap to activate.
So let's see how well this works on Metro.
Payment. From.
So the account is set correctly.
Existing payee. Double tap to create new payee. Amount to pay.
So do we want to create an existing payee, pay an existing payee, or create a new payee?
Create new payee. Existing payee.
We'll pay an existing payee.
Payees. Navigate back. Payees. Create new payee. Button. Search payees. Edit box.
And we could create a new payee from here if we wanted to.
Edward Green. Double tap to activate.
This is me.
Metro Bank. Navigate up. Button out of payment. From to. Edward Green. Amount to pay. Amount. Edit box. Double tap to edit text. Double tap and hold to long press. Editing options available. Use swipe up then right to view.
So I'll put the amount in.
Pound currency sign. Showing number keyboard. Board. 2. 1. 1. 0. 0. Next. Double tap to activate. Editing. Payment. Edit box. Reference. Double tap and hold. £10. Amount to pay. £10. Edit box. Amount.
That's right.
Double tap to edit. Editing. Payment. Information about reference. But unlabeled. Double pay now. Edit box. Date. Double tap to edit text. Make payment. Button. Double tap to activate.
I don't want the payment to go out at a later date, so I can just click make payment.
English. UK. QWERTY. Keyboard hidden. Confirm payment. You are about to make the following payment of £10. From to Edward Green. Payment. Confirm. Button. Double tap to activate.
Confirm is what we want.
Please wait. Metro Bank. Payment successful.
And there you have it. That is making a payment in the Metro Bank. Very, very similar. The odd unlabeled button, but nothing insurmountable. Perfectly accessible. Some handy options for managing your card and making payments. But aside from the cash sending option, equivalent functionality to NatWest, if a slightly different layout. So that was the Metro app. If you're in the UK, I think it is worth installing the app from your bank because there's increasing security around approving online transactions. There are other ways to do it. If you don't have your bank's app installed, you can probably get a text message sent. But increasingly, you are being asked to approve an online transaction on a second device. And the easiest way by far to do this is via a notification on your banking app. This is to cut down on fraud. I think the banks are pushing for it because obviously they're having to refund all these fraudulent transactions. So the more they can get the customer to take responsibility for security, the happier they will be. Do you use banking apps, Fee?
I do. I use the Barclays app.
How's that?
It's good, but I can't comment on the Android one because I have my foot in both camps. And the reason I use it on my other phone, my iPhone, is because that also allows me to do things with Apple Pay and stuff like that, and I really couldn't be bothered to set it up on Android as well. And also, I don't know if you can set up your bank app on more than one phone. I've never tried, but it was kind of a bit of a headache when you first set it up. The amount of stuff they want you to type in and do is quite annoying. So you only have to do it once, but I didn't want to do it again on the phone when I got my Android phone, so I didn't. But yeah, it's really good. And something I'd say that's really good about having your bank app on your phone is you can check your balance anytime, which may or may not be a good thing, depending on how depressing it is and how much money you've spent. but also you can, if someone sends you a transfer, you can confirm to them that yes, you've received it, or you haven't. Or if you're waiting for money back from a shop or something, when you've gone back for a refund of something, you can see when that's arrived, and you can have notifications of when you get paid money or when payments you make leave your account. If you turn on the notifications, certainly on my iPhone, and I don't see why that would be different on the Android phones. So yeah, I love that. I love being able to use that. It does mean I can keep more of an eye on my finances. I don't have to go out and find a cash point, and I don't have to phone up and type in loads of numbers on a touch screen, which it's doable, but it's kind of annoying. And I can open the app with my fingerprint, although occasionally it asks me to type in 2 digits of my passcode. Quite often it'll allow me in with my fingerprint. So that's really easy and hassle-free. So that's nice.
Yeah, I think I agree. They're really annoying to set up. I think you can do it on 2 devices if you want to, but it is a pain, that initial setup. Well, one of the things I will say as well is that on a lot of Android phones, it is fingerprint ID only. The Face ID on many phones isn't secure enough. So if you want biometrics, it's going to be fingerprint for your banking apps on quite a few Android phones. Austin, do you have a banking app, or is it in branch for you?
Yeah, in India we have lots of, every bank has the app, and it's not in branch. But I really remember those days, when we had any problem, we required any banking to be done, we had to go to the bank, and the manager would make us sit in the cabin and give us a cup of tea, and we would discuss everything with him. But now everything is done online. So
yeah, so
each bank has the app. Yeah.
You're using an app then? No, that's good. Yeah.
But it's not accessible as usual.
It's not? Oh no.
It's not accessible.
So what do you do?
So I have to use Google Pay and PayPal and Amazon Pay and all those things. Well, also there are a lot of limitations in the rules. Like supposing you cannot sign your checks and documents, you use your thumb impression, you cannot get certain features, like you cannot get a single account, you cannot get an ATM card if you have a joint account, and even the person who is the second person on your account is signing with a pen, still they will not give you the ATM card unless the second person becomes the first person on the account and you become the second person. Then they may give you an ATM. Certain banks have different rules. I don't know what they're doing. Some years back, although this is not referring to our episode, ATMs were also not accessible, but now 99% of the ATMs have some form of accessibility, either Braille enabled or TalkBack, or some not TalkBack, but their own accessible software. So there are limitations here, and things are still offline. They're getting slowly online. This COVID pandemic has brought a lot of things online, so that is one good thing for us. The pandemic has a lot of bad things, but it has also done some things for us, that it has brought more and more things and features online that used to be offline. So that is one thing that we need to bring the good thing out of the pandemic.
No, that's a shame. UK banking apps haven't always been accessible, to be fair, and occasionally some of them break. But sounds like Fee and I have alighted on ones which are working well.
And if you live here in the States, these are the banking apps that I have, and I know they are accessible. The Wells Fargo Bank is, US Bank is, Chase, and Bank of America. All these are accessible. And like Fee says, I like that idea that, you get a notification when you get your direct deposit in, or I set mine to send me a notification if I fall below X amount on my account. And I really like that, because then I know it's either I need to go do some transfers or whatever. So I really like that.
Or stop spending money. Oh dear.
Well, he doesn't spend money. He buys junk phones from Fisher Price. So
And by the way, let me make a correction here. The Pixel 4 rather, supports my bank Face Unlock ID because that's the only one it has, and it works flawlessly. And the good thing is that all of my phones have my banking apps on it, and it doesn't matter which one I use.